Okay, judges, do we have all the judges? Let me check my judges. Yes, you are. Oriol is here too. You're here too, Yana and Chris. Yeah, Yana is here. Chris is there. And I'm missing Mr. Mateo, who I have no idea where he is. I can't believe this stuff. You know that one of our judges is the former COO of the South Summit company, and he's late? Seriously? Okay. Well, you guys can actually move here to the center, right? That would make more sense. Okay, so, how to start? Are you guys ready? Ready for rock and roll? Ready for rock and roll? There we go. You know the truth, right? Everyone that comes to the stage knows the truth. This is the best stage of all the conference, right? The other ones are boring. You have politicians. We have fun here. This is the fun stage, okay? So we're gonna have fun, right? Come on. I know it's Wednesday. There we go. They have music there. Here we have our voices. Are you good? You're gonna have fun. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start the second part of the educational block. I have Amy with me here joining me. Say hello to Amy. Hello, Amy. I'll uncover Amy in a second. But meanwhile, we're going to talk about different ways of educating people. How can you educate without the need to sitting down people and putting them a textbook and reading them stuff. I'm, by the way, a Montessori kid. So I'm all for touching, I'm all for material things, I'm all for drawing, I'm all for, experimenting with things. So our next startup is actually about that. How do we teach people better through augmented reality and materials? So please welcome our first startup of the blog, Body Planet, Raf Himmelreich. There you go, nearly. Big applause.
Hello. Yes. Hello. I have the pleasure to present you Body Planet, learning in a new reality. Children are used to learn things in a more interactive and cooperative way, but resources and methods in schools are different those they find in the real world. So we can find a big gap between the real world and how they teach in school. The solution is Body Planet. Body Planet we have 3 products, but all products work with augmented reality, and it's all focused on natural science. We tested our products in the last 15 months, and you can see the results. Almost 90% teachers that used our products will use it again, and nearly almost every children prefers our products to other products. So in Spain, in the Spanish market, we have about 21,000 schools, and these schools, 83% of the schools are prepared to use our products. So you see my colleagues here with our products. So our content is scalable. So we make an analysis of the market, and we think about to go to North America and South America. For this, we need a funding round. And the internationalization will be in 2 years. And next year we want to begin with another product that's Amparin. So we have a big business alliance, that's SM, and our business plan is B2C with the Magic T-shirt and B2B with other products. So what's the difference to other competitors? Is we have a happy, easy to use, funny app, and it's a different way to teach our children. It's made for users and made by users. Our digital competitors are more focused on the leisure, and our traditional competitors are not responding to the digital needs of our students. So that's our team. We are making everything in-house, and I hope you will contact us.
Thank you very much. Big pleasure. Okay. Oh, Lucy, you're taking Lucy away? Why are you taking Lucy away? Okay, so we have new judges, guys. You can join us around here. Okay, so this is going to be fun. So our next startup is about personalization of learning plans. And for me, this is a big thing because we've been living under an educational system where everyone is the same, everyone learns at the same rate, everyone should learn the same things. And it's just, as we are clearly seeing during our age, clearly broken. So our next startup is going to talk about how can we use AI to personalize educational plans and learning plans to each of us. And I'm just going to make the joke, okay? She just told me, like, please pronounce her name correctly because everyone says capable. And it's like, well, that's what it reads. And it's just like, yeah, but we're capable, okay? So please welcome Maria from Capable.
This is the last slide, so I'm a bit, okay. Thank you. So I don't know how many of you will agree with us in that there is an increasing gap between the academic world and the professional world. In fact, 90% of companies' directors believe that university students do not come to the labor market well enough prepared. On the other hand, we live in the era of automation, where nearly 375 million people might be forced to change profession in the next 20, 30 years. All this put together might sound like a threat for us, but in Capable we believe it's an opportunity, the opportunity to change the way we confront and adapt to this digital revolution. And we have found the opportunity in the segment of personalized e-learning market, where numbers like these ones from Tecnavio support us. That's why 9 months ago we created Capable, an artificial intelligence tool that creates completely personalized plans for our users. These learning plans are created based on the existing online and high-quality content. Capable helps companies improve critical KPIs, but it's also very useful for final users like youngsters that don't find in the current academic offer what they are looking for, or professionals that have seen the need to recycle. How does it work? Easy. You enter, you register, you answer a short skills and level test in order to help our algorithm search and curate the best content for you. The moment you start consuming one content, we ask you for feedback in order to help in the internal curation. And we also use gamification and follow-up tools in order to maintain motivation levels up. Business model for both B2B and B2C, less than 10 euros per month per user. And we are happy to say that we have first B2B paying customers right now that sum up to 200 licenses. Plus, we have agreement with K2 Partnering Solutions. Funding team is composed by Sixto, Jose, and myself. Sixto and Jose are serial entrepreneurs with exit cases like Movilisto and Application, respectively. And I've been co-founder of an innovation agency during the last 3 months. We have a 3 years, sorry. We have a super team of 6 more people, and together we have reached several milestones, like being selected in Enlighted, raising the first round of 180K with investors like Javier Galloso, former CEO of Spotify Iberia, or Marieta del Rivero, former global CMO of Telefónica. This round served us to build the first MVP, and now we are seeking for 250K in order to improve the level of autonomy of our algorithm and to launch the B2C market in Spanish-speaking countries. That's all. Thank you very much, and remember, you should never end learning. Thank you.
You finished on time.
Yes.
You still had 13 seconds.
Yes.
Why don't you sell some more?
Well, I think I have.
Come on, sell something else.
Just
No?
contact me. Go to booth 101.
There you go. See,
Thank
you were
you.
missing something. Thank you, Marta. Maria.
Marta.
Marta. So keep too many names. Not working, I know. The Wi-Fi is kind of not working here. As usual, we're in a tech conference, and obviously the Wi-Fi doesn't work. I don't know why we keep relying on Wi-Fi. Anyway, so very happy to actually continue with the topic that we've been having here, and how can we bridge that gap that we have, right, between what education is bringing and the future jobs that are coming. And that gap keeps getting bigger and bigger every time, especially for young people. And so I want to welcome our next startup that comes all the way, my Habibi, that comes all the way from Lebanon, Beirut. So please welcome our next startup, Sherpa Ibrahim from Lebanon. Big applause. Salam alaikum.
Thank you. Right. In the next 20 years, nearly half of the jobs we know today are going to be automated by robots and AI. But that's not the problem, because robotics and AI alone are going to create new job opportunities that require specific skills. Here's the problem. Schools aren't doing a great job at keeping up with the technological advancements around us, and thus graduating students who have acquired outdated skills and are not prepared for the future they are going to graduate in. And we're here to solve this, presenting Sherpa, an e-learning platform for teenagers, equipping them with courses in technology, preparing them for future jobs. Here's how it works. Teachers start by selecting one of the many available courses according to their interests, and students select one of the courses that they are interested in majoring later on. And they venture into a gamified learning experience in an attempt to solve a real-world challenge. From coding self-driving cars, solving AI challenges, and writing simple blockchain algorithms, and many more. We're still talking about teenagers and students here. Now, we're entering a $252 billion edtech market globally. And we target schools as a B2B model for the first phase, and we're going to release the B2C model for parents in the next summer. And our pricing model is very simple. We have free courses for anyone to try it out and see the environment for yourself. And for schools, we charge per student, per course. And for parents, we have a monthly subscription fee. Now, there are a lot of companies and platforms that teach coding for students, and such as Tinker, Corelog, and many others. But they sure teach students how to move a turtle or a monster around the screen, but what they fail to do is show them where in the real world those kind of skills could be applied, or the language that they've used. And then you have companies like Udacity and Udemy, which offer the real-world challenges and applications we're looking for, but they're not targeting teenagers and youth. At Sherpa, we see a great opportunity in offering those kind of skills and courses to young students at a very early stage, going them step by step to eventually become ready for future jobs. Now, behind all this madness is a passionate, skilled team in education and technology, with an amazing board of advisors who, from top companies in the world, helping us come up with those exciting and real-world challenges. We're now in the beta phase of the product. We have 1,200 paying students and users, and our work has been recognized both regionally and globally. And we're not here to change the world. We're here to provide the youth with the necessary skills for them to become a generation of problem solvers, critical thinkers, and innovators. And they are the ones who will change the world. Thank you very much.
Habibi.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Lebanon, actually. So don't you ever go to Lebanon. It's too much party. Like, those people are crazy there in Beirut, like, really insane. What happens in Beirut stays in Beirut. Let's leave it like that. Okay, so, party. Keep the music, we can dance. Okay, so keeping up with the theme of how education is transforming, how education is changing, and how do we adapt education to the new realities that we have, right? And until we invent something where, you know, Matrix style, that you can plug things in your brain and, you know, download and dump stuff, that would be awesome. Any startup working on that? No? Not yet, right? But meanwhile, it's important to bring locked knowledge, really good programs that are in existence around the world, but right now are only in physical presence. So our next company, what they do is basically they bring these incredible programs for tier 1 international universities, and they transform it into the online and blended programs that can be accessible everywhere. So please welcome our next startup, Global Alumni Education, Pablo Rivas. Big applause! Big applause, come on!
So thank you very much. My name is Pablo Rivas, and I'm the founder of Global Alumni, which is a tech startup. We have more than 3,000 graduate students, and we operate in 15 different countries. The world has changed a lot. I mean, if you ask any of the investors or you ask any of the managers of the companies that I have right behind here, they'll say that everything has changed. And of course, everything has changed. That's obvious. But the thing is that, what about education? What are we doing on education? Because I finished my MBA back in 2014 at IESE, and I said, look, it's a wonderful school, great professors, but at the end, we have been doing the same for the last 2,000 years. So education needs to change. And we are talking a lot about e-learning. And e-learning is not PDFs, videos, or reaching a massive audience. That is not e-learning. E-learning is, this is only the first wave on e-learning. E-learning is more about IE, virtual reality, AR, customization, and of course, changing the process, the mindset within universities. And that's what we do in Global Alumni. We change the mindset of the universities. That's our approach. We are changing things. So in life, you have thinkers and you have doers. And in Global Alumni, we are doers. When we started this company 3 years ago, people said, look, Pablo, it's going to be impossible to change the language in which top US universities are teaching. And we said, it's not impossible, and we did it. And we have 3,000 students studying in Spanish from Tier 1 universities. So we are doers. And what we are doing is we are combining the best of two things. The best of the online with the technology, and the best of the offline, the traditional, the prestige of the universities. And we offer universities 4 services. We offer them advisory to go online, to go digital, create high-end content. We also do all the student recruitment, and we help on the delivery process. So that means that we are a turnkey provider solution for universities to transform themselves. And the most important thing, who do we work with? We work with UCLA, we work with Berkeley, we work with the SATA Business School, and we work for MIT Professional Education. Because we think that these people, these universities, are the ones who are going to lead the change on education. So we want to partner with 10 universities of those, because something which is important, the first one, the second one, and the third industrial revolution didn't change education, but the fourth is going to change everything. And education is not going to change by itself. It's going to change because of 5 different things. Thinkers, doers, investment, technology, and of course, people. People like our team, which we wake up every day to transform education. Our motto is excellence or nothing. Excellence on rewriting education, or we believe nothing will change. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. So we keep moving to our next startup. And we're going to go back to kids education and how do you get kids to actually be bilingual, especially learning English. So to talk about how do you teach next generation of kids in the English language, I want to welcome our next startup, Lingo Kids. Ashley, come on stage. Big applause. Come on, Ashley.
Perfect. Hi, my name is Ashley Samay. I'm Director of Product at Lingo Kids, the language learning platform for kids ages 2 to 8. 500 million kids will be learning English by the year 2020. But unfortunately, traditional methods today are expensive and time-consuming. Hundreds of millions of families simply can't afford or don't have access to quality content. Lingo Kids is changing that. Our mission is to break down barriers to education and provide equal opportunities for kids around the world. We're focused on English language learning, and we are the only platform that is immersive and is focused on early childhood English education. Our platform takes kids through a series of videos, games, and activities that adapt to the level of the child. We differentiate ourselves in the market because we are immersive, we are self-directed, and we are personalized. That means that each child's experience is unique It depends on their interests, what they get right, and what maybe they didn't get right this time. Parents in the audience, we care about you too. We empower parents and educators with progress reports, guides, and printable activities for at-home use. Our model is a subscription-based model, so our members pay a monthly fee for unlimited access to our application. 90% of our subscriptions are annual, and by controlling our cost of acquisition, we have a direct ROI. And of course, true to our mission, we really care about providing access to all kids, so we have a free plan as well with limited activities per day. We have great traction so far. We're in 180 countries. We are a global product. We're focused on USA, LATAM, and Southeast Asia. And this model is backed by strong financial performance. We've grown 300% across all of our core metrics: customers, families, sales. This year, we topped 5 million in ARR and reached 7 million registered families. We have a few important milestones since our launch in 2016. We've raised over 10 million in funding. We're excited that just yesterday we announced 6 million in funding. We've developed over 1,000 activities, and we've grown the team to over 40 employees. And it is the team that I am most proud of. We're led by our founder, Cristobal, who was head of platform at Viki, that exited for 200 million. Our VP of Education, Suzanne Barchers, was on the board for YouTube Kids, PBS Kids, and now leads the board of education for Lingo Kids, with big figures like the former Dean of Education at UC Berkeley. The entire leadership team has a strong track record of building successful products. And I want to end today on what's really most important to us. The kids love us. We hear every day from families like Adi, who tell us about how Lingo Kids has really changed the lives of their families. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Elsie.
Thank you.
It's been twice that I've been mentioning Berkeley now. Go Bears. I finished my degree in Berkeley, so I'm sorry. If there's any Stanford graduates, the door is over there, please. You can leave the room now. Sorry. And so continuing with the educational stuff, actually, it's interesting that anyone here knows Viki, the company? No one? Massive company, Southeast Asia, based in Singapore. Yeah, you know Viki? I used to know the founder when they were starting up, bumped into him in a taxi, and then years later, the company just went like nuclear. It's like, I love startups. When you met someone, it's like, yeah, I'm doing this tiny startup. And then 3 or 4 years later, he's a super millionaire. They never invite me back, though, so. I know, man. Titus, make money. Invite me to your yacht. Anyway, so our next company, also from Spain, we want to welcome another company that's trying to rethink what kind of materials, how do we use technology to create next generation materials, especially to help people read and write. So please welcome on stage our next startup, Tiago Mateus from Modilo. Big applause for Tiago.
Education inequality is a global phenomenon, and it's a high priority item for lots of economies. Only a marginal impact will have $1 billion impact on the whole global economy. We at Adillo are looking to address this inequality by making reading affordable and accessible to everyone. We are working in partnerships with, for example, the European Communion and lots of ministries of education and culture to deliver on this mission. How do we do it? By selling intelligent digital libraries on a B2B basis to both public libraries and educational institutions, which in turn will offer these platforms to their communities for free. Why is our platform intelligent? One, because it's fully personalized end-to-end, web and mobile. Second, because we support multi-format. 3, because we're able to offer fully customized content collections, curricular and non-curricular, to our clients. And also, we offer a Netflix-style user experience, as well as we have deep reading comprehension and social learning capabilities that help maximize the whole reading experience. On top of that, we support lots of different content licensing models, from the classic perpetuity all the way to the more flexible pay-per-use model, so that our clients maximize their ROI when it comes to managing their content budgets. Currently, we're distributing over 1.4 million titles from about 3,000 publishers that we're working with globally. We've been awarded multi-year contracts with ministries of education culture from many different countries, which give us direct access to over 140 million users across different markets. We also have strategic resellers that are getting great traction, like Ingram in the US. There's a lot of good stuff, but it's only the beginning. Our business model is super scalable, and we're excited because our revenues keep on growing with our customers. Why? It grows with more and more checkouts, volume of checkouts, as well as content usage with every customer. Our retention levels are near 100%, and we have high content and technology margins, and it keeps on growing as we get more scale. We feel that we have an unrivaled management team, with lots of experience both in the edtech industry, in the publishing industries, in the telecom industries and the library industries, and we're supported by a great panel of investors. Our long-term vision is to aggregate great content from different languages, from different formats, from different countries into one place, continue to offer our users more flexibility in terms of the content licensing models that they have direct access to, and continue to invest in AI and data-powered services so that we can ultimately offer the world's largest and most intelligent digital content platform. With Odillo, we hope that reading will be affordable and accessible to all. Thank you.
Obrigado. I love did you see the gimmick there on the slides? They were referencing Ashley's company, Lingo Kids there, so it wasn't prepared, I promise. That was amazing. Okay, so on this company, and we were debating, we are half Israeli, half US company, right? But I have to say that when it comes to technology, I'll go for Israel every time, especially because when we're talking about applying AI to education and applying it at scale, there's probably not a single country, I would say, except China probably, better than Israel to do that. So to talk about how do you use AI for learning at scale, I want to welcome our next startup, Sense. Onen, this stage is yours. Big applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hola, we make sense, and our dream is scalable education. CS is everywhere. STEM is everywhere. It's actually a worldwide movement because the world recognizes the need for more CS education, more CS graduate. But we believe that it cannot happen before we solve a very important element. And let me give you an example from a Harvard University course called CS50 with 100,000 students online. They see great video lectures. It's like a blockbuster movie, really amazing, amazing professor, but actually education is not entertainment. It's not one way. It's not just content delivery. Students need to solve assignments, open-ended assignments, and teachers need to give them feedback on those assignments. So Harvard University and others understood that and opened dedicated tracks, as you can see here in the right, that cost a lot, like $2,200, where assignments are being graded manually by teaching fellows and not auto-graded for a much smaller fee. However, unfortunately, they could not scale it to more than 200 students just because there were not enough teachers, not enough teaching assistants. And that's bad, because we cannot scale a process without scaling all its components. So we need to scale feedback on open-ended assignments in order to scale education. This is what Sense does. We take all the submissions for a certain question and then very uniquely translate it into virtual DNA sequences. Why? Because then we can use the best science in the world, the science of genomics, to find patterns in this kind of heterogeneous data and actually find species. So maybe you began with 1,000 submissions, but ended up with just 3 or 7 or 10 species of solution types. And there, what's remaining for the educator is that to review each cluster. It doesn't work. Stop working. Review each cluster and give the feedback per cluster and not just per assignment individually. So, if teaching before looked like this, very time-consuming, done in random order, all the grading, now grading and feedback is done in groups, organized in a scalable manner, in a consistent manner. Oof. If for students, if getting feedback was just very shallow, very short, now with Sense, it is done in a very comprehensive way, 24/7, from anywhere in the world, even by tailored video. So, and the questions are the same, Sense works with exactly the same questions. So everyone benefits, the students, the instructors, and the administrators. And there is one solution that is applicable to all the world, because assessment and grading is needed throughout the world. One company for everything. It's not one dedicated courseware like other solutions. It's not open, it's not multiple choice questions. It's really the core data of students' answers. We work with great universities, customers, and pilot in the US. Now we are adding more marquee customers around the world. We were a part of Y Combinator, where we got the first investment, then more investments. Now we are raising Series A. The company is led by the CEO, Seth Haberman, who is a very successful entrepreneur. He was a senior vice president at Comcast. I come from the field of artificial intelligence with PhD in this field. I am also a lecturer at several schools. Akiba was a dean at Harvard. Now he works at Sense and was one of the founders of edX. And Karen built fantastic products in the space of high tech. Now with Sense, we believe that education just got deep, responsive, personal, 24/7, scalable. Well, education just got Sense. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Actually, you see this gentleman here at the front, he invests in YC companies. So any other YC company, talk to him. he knows the drill. Okay, so we're going to go a little deeper here in terms of who do we educate. So our next company is building a digital engaging and next generation platform to teach not anything, but actually one of the most in-demand skills right now in the market, which is data science. So to talk about that, please welcome our next startup all the way from Germany, Leo Marose, Stack Fuel. Guten Morgen.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Leo. I'm from StackFuel, and StackFuel is developing an online learning platform for data science and data analytics. That means we help companies and their employees to develop talents in data science, data analytics, and data engineering. But before we talk about our solution, let's quickly talk about jobs. Jobs will change rapidly in the next years, and there will be more and more jobs in fields like self-driving cars, robotics, or general data analytics and AI. And the underlying trend on all of that is data, also big data. But for companies, they need the right people to analyze this data to make sense out of it. Otherwise, the data is just useless. But there's a big problem. And the problem is that there are over 2.7 million open positions in the US alone, which won't be filled in data analytics. Same goes for Europe, and worldwide, we are facing a shortage of over 10 million open positions. And so that's a problem. You can't find those people on the market, and that's why we have a solution for it. Our solution is companies have to train their existing talent. What does that mean? It means our platform focuses completely on employers, not on the B2C market. We focus just on the field of data analytics, no other things, and we promise to make people job ready when they come out of our trainings. How do we do that? We have developed 4 different courses. Data awareness, which is a general training for everyone who is non-technical and needs to understand the topic. And then we have 3 in-depth courses, data analyst, data engineer, and data scientist, which go over a course of 3 to 4 months beside the job and go really deep into the topic. What's important to understand from our solution is that only 10% is theory and over 90% is practical training. What does that mean? On the left-hand side, you see the training platform where you have videos, text, quizzes, further reading, all that stuff that you know from other learning platforms. But on the right-hand side, you see our data lab. In the data lab, the learner gets everything he needs to master data analytics. So that's the computing power, that's the data set itself, and it is also the programming environment. So everything is set up, and he can go and learn data analytics. To sum it up, we focus completely on B2B. You can do the training on the job. It takes 4 to 6 hours for the employee per week to go through the training. And we work with real industry data sets, so the training makes sense for the work. This is our team. We are 10 people based in Berlin, Germany. We have won several awards. Quite recently, the HR Innovation Award, which named us the most innovative training solution in Europe. Besides winning awards, we also win customers. The Global Telefonica Group is a client of ours. It's the biggest client at the moment, but we also work with companies like Daimler, BMW, and other financial institutions. That's it from my side. Thank you very much for your attention, and please add me on LinkedIn and meet me over the next 2 days. Thank you very much.
Dankeschön. There we go. Yeah, no wonder Telefonica is your client number 1. You know, every company is looking for people that know their stuff in data science. So we are flying from Berlin, beautiful Berlin, all the way to beautiful Brazil, and we're going to talk about maybe something in education that doesn't get enough credit, which is not just about the theory, it's not about the knowledge. It's sometimes way more important, especially if you're doing startups, if you're doing innovation, the soft skills. Critical thinking, being able to analyze stuff, being able to think in a long-term way, being able to think in systems, in holistic ways. That is nowadays one of the most critical aspects of education. And to talk about that and how they're building one of the top engaging platforms around the teaching of soft skills, I want to welcome our next startup, Tamboro. And there we go. Yes, no, maybe? Or no? Or yes? She's going to go on stage. No? Let me see what happens. What's the problem?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't have the presentation?
No,
we have them?
presentation?
Oh, no, they have them.
This is the presentation.
This is a presentation. I can tell a joke if you want.
Okay.
No?
I can go?
But I can... No, wait. I can keep telling a joke. We're fine, we're good. Is this a presentation?
This is a presentation.
Well, meanwhile, I'll tell you a story. You remember a moment ago I said, like, go Bears, go Berkeley. Just had someone coming to me, giving me their card, like, I studied at Haas, go Bears. It's like, you know, we're all around the place. Anyway, so next startup, all the way from Brazil. So please welcome on stage Samara from Tamboro. Big applause.
Hello, everyone. Do you have idea what these people are waiting in line for? If you thought they are waiting to buy a ticket for Taylor Swift show or the last iPhone, I'd love it was something like that. But no, this is a line of young people looking for a job. In Brazil, we have 51 million aged between 15 and 29, and an unemployment rate about 25.6% in this group. So this line is as long as 13 million. And this is not just in Brazil. If you see, it's all over the world. So imagine, of course, we have a lot of reasons for youth unemployment. Financial crisis, government policies, depends on the country. But we have one common reason for the whole world, the lack of soft skills. They think like me. So, and the world is changing. Imagine in the future where we have robots and the jobs are changing, you see? Imagine skills gap get worse. So, what kind of skills we need? We need to survive. This is the word. Critical thinking, problem solving, communication skills. These are crucial for life and career success. So I'd like to introduce you GPS. GPS is our Guru Pro Skills. It's an innovative platform that offers online soft skills training in an easy way, affordable, engaging, and effective. As a guru, GPS tracks the students' activities goals and offers the best advice. But the most important thing, GPS is the first world platform that uses an intelligent algorithm and proficiency scale to measure soft skills, not based in self-assessment as usual, but based in data. And more, we have the best specialists in soft skills and to use based game learning to keep youth engaged. So, this is not a dream. I'd like to tell you that we have 7,000 students now in our platform. In affordable price is $90 paid skills, and the first one is free. And our goal is 1 million in the next 2 years. So I invited you to join Tamboro and call GPS to close the skills gap. Thank you.
Great job. There we go. Okay, so now we're shifting a little bit gears, and we've been talking about different angles of education. And now we're going to talk about people that are building tools to help in education. So the tools for the tools that are used in education, if that makes any sense. So it's the meta tools of education. That's a better tagline there. So our next startup comes all the way from La France. And they're in charge of helping organizations, no matter what kind of organization, let it be educational or corporations, to digitalize their tests, to get into the next generation and stop using pen and paper and actually have powerful digital solutions. And to talk about that, please welcome on stage our next speaker, Clément Régnier from France. Big applause, TestWe!
Hello, I'm Clement, CEO of TestWe. Thanks, everyone. So we founded TestWe because we saw that there was a big issue in education, big problem, okay? Everything is changing, everything is getting digitized. But still, exams are taken on paper sheets, okay? So how big is the problem? Exams, as they are painful for students. 58% of students, they feel anxiety about exam. We don't even talk about writers' cramps, okay? 10% of students, they feel cramps when writing in exams. But have you realized that today, papers is still using for exams? And what about schools? Exams is a big challenge for schools too, okay? Professors, they spend more than 20 hours every week to grade the papers. It has a cost, and it has an impact of nature. For the French baccalaureate, it's about 8,000 cut trees that is impacted, okay? So, 3 victims, what problem? We fixed this problem by creating TestWe, the e-exam expert solution, by doing 3 things. First, optimizing the exam process. Second, improving learning by providing an analytics platform. And third point is sorry. And last point is assessing better and safely by your BYOD tools for students. Here are some numbers. What about TestWe? So we've been founded 4 years ago. We started to commercialize our product 2 years ago. We have raised of money last month, so a year ago, 0.3 million euros. Okay? Now we are oh yeah, it doesn't work, sorry. Yeah, okay. So now we're a team of 17 talented, passionate people. We have 2 offices in Paris and Lausanne in Switzerland. We're active in more than 10 countries, 30 plus universities, and 450,000 students are using TestWe. What about the business model? Super duper easy, promise, okay? Annual fees per student per year for 24 euros. So maybe now you can do the math. And believe it or not, but the annual license can be renewed, okay? It's the goal of the annual license. And 100% of our clients have renewed their license so far. And 100% of our clients have raised the license volume so far. That is the truth. And is it hard to use TestWe? Obviously not. In 98% of the case, it only takes 3 tests to get used to TestWe. And nowadays, we can say that 75% of the school managers need a digitized tool for exam. Okay? So why we do what we do? Professors and students, they're like athletes, marathon runners. And nowadays, we're just realizing that they have ski shoes on their feet instead of running shoes. So at TestWay, we decided to give them the proper shoes, the running shoes, to help them to be winners of this marathon. Okay? So I've heard once, impossible is nothing, just let's do it. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup. Merci, Clément. Okay, and I find it extremely ironic that we're talking about digitalizing paper, and you couldn't see it from there, but there was a sheet of paper going through the judges there in front. I'm like, this is perfect right now. No more paper. Here you go. Do, 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 do. Hey, by the way, Bea from our startup team, she's the one making this possible. Big applause for Bea. Come on. She's the one fixing the problems. Okay, so we have 2 more startups before we finish the block, and I want to welcome our next startup all the way from Chile and doing some actually impressive stuff. Because everyone, as I said before, when we focus about education, they focus about the contents and the knowledge and the methodology, but very few people think about the support that the education needs. So our next company basically has developed 3 products in that space that are literally killing it. So I won't say anything else, so you get the choice, the opportunity to show them yourself. So please welcome our next startup, Juan Pablo from UPlanner, all the way from Chile. There you go, come on.
Good afternoon for everyone. In UPlanner, we are solving 3 big problems in Latin America. One of them is dropout, other is low coverage, and poor quality in student experience and faculty. What is UPlanner? It's software based in mathematical algorithms and artificial intelligence for higher education institutions, data analysis. We seek high performance for the institution, and we adding new resources to the strategic plan when we measure the main indicators of quality. We have 7 platform and mobile apps in management and scheduling, student success, and learning experience. Our principal competitors charge 5 times more, but do not have the entire offer of UPlanner. The principal milestone, we have 6 years of history. The last 3 years, we opened offices in Mexico, Colombia, Peru, US, and others. And the last month, we closed on a Series A for 5 million, and we're ready to scale. We have 62 universities in 12 countries, universities with the most prestigious, for example, UNAM in Mexico, Universidad de Chile, Pontificia Universidad Católica, Universidad de Washington. Our business model is a student per year per product, $5. Our average ticket is 100,000 per product per year per institution. We are growing a lot. This year we're closing 5 million of sales. We are double in the last 2 years sales. Not only the university benefits of our solutions, governments, because more professionals, students, more learning, and our partners with co-selling and co-marketing, like Microsoft. The market is huge, but our focus right now is 7,000 universities. We have a very good team. For example, Rodrigo is PhD in mathematics. Sebastian is of Stanford University. He studied in data science. We have 62 people and plus 20 developers in India. This is a good example of planning of high performance. This university are saving a lot of millions per year. The last year, we received this award, the best company in education for the innovation worldwide in Microsoft. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Pleasure. Okay, last one from the block. How are you guys doing? Good? You're not tired? So-so? I don't know how to describe the next company, but it has two words. It has one word that for me it's impactful and a product that is cool. One is they say that they're re-engineering education through neuroscientific studies, and that got me because I studied neuroscience, so it's like, okay, you got me. And then he has on his, he's carrying a VR device, and that's kind of, okay, neuroscience, VR, you know, bring it on, and let's see what happens. So please welcome our last startup of the block, Fractal Lab, all the way from Peru, Marcos Vargas. Big applause on stage. There you go.
Actually, this is the last one. This is the last one. Yep. Nope. Yep. Up. Okay. So Fractal Lab is the future of education. We are under 3 due diligence with Qatar Foundation, with the Tec de Monterrey and NYU, New York University, and in 10 million expected social impact in the next 6 years. Why am I saying that? Fractal Lab is an educational social network. Not only create the content, but make students use the content. How? With 3 principles. First, official presence during high schools and universities that we partner with, and we make the evolution of the books on all the content. We create the content as like a Netflix. Second, learn more and faster, creating CV at early ages with models. In fact, faculties of medicine use these models during all the studies, app simulators for math, for physics, and be emotionally happy, finding your talent using our 30-year scientific theory to clarify the vocation. So with these 3 principles, we added value to get certified by universities, meet people in real. Listen to that. Meet people in real for making projects. Finding jobs also based on the track and analytics. And why am I saying that? Because all the things also make they compete with science fairs and entrepreneur events. We have an alliance with the government of Peru. That's the equivalent of NASA in the US, for example. And we have better retention and more metric that Facebook.com does. For example, our users spend 2 hours per student per day, every day. And why? We metric that because we have a technology that's called AdFocus that closes all the internet websites to help students concentrate, focus at early ages to have more disciplines. So creating new services on the road because our students live in Fractal Lab every day with a purpose that positively impact their lives. So we have many benefits with topic, content, every special methodology, personalization, the content we guarantee because we created online classes, so we have the community every day connects, so that's a huge and real connection on them, and many other stuff. So our target is the milestone is to get the 50 million students, both in Spanish, English, and French, because our content is dynamic and we have it by layers. And ROI of approximately 50% in the following 4 years. And we have all of the courses in Spanish, and this is the impact that we're having. Imagine that only one in social impact, in only 3 months ago, 3,000 students in more than 20 schools in only 1 region in the North Peru. With these 7 special things to interact, the way, the UX, UI that the students live in their laptops, or they use their mobiles to get online with all this accreditation. This has been a real journey impacting the life not only of students but also the teachers, transforming the digital education from both sides. These are really tough things, and we are on floor. We have more than 5 years experience doing that, traveling all around the world and making this happen. We have huge universities and investors that are behind, and this is the life, this is the impact that we're having in all the schools. We change and we motivate students and make them reflect, make them study again. have a purpose to study in every field. Imagine what we can do next. So let's partner. Thank you.